Hey, GM guys, welcome to the Swarm Report. My name's Hudah, bringing you around the crypto AI ecosystem in under 30 minutes a day. Hey, wherever you're watching, maybe it's on Abstract, maybe it's on X, might be on YouTube even. On the YouTube side, make sure you subscribe over here. If you cannot catch the live show, you can always go back and watch it over here. So definitely subscribe. It is Crypto Slam Now on YouTube, formerly SlamX Official, Crypto Slam Now again. Follow along over there, subscribe. Catch it daily. All right, let's get into this. There's a lot to talk about today, in kind of a heady, it's a deeper day than normal. There's a lot going on in AI. I'm sure you've seen it out on X, this big upgrade to ChatGPT that's got, let's just say, the conversation really cooking around IP, copyright. We're going to get into that a bit, and maybe how NFTs are the solution to that. They might be. I think they are. Guys, follow us on X. It's SlamAI_XYZ. If you've not seen it or you need a refresher, go check out the light paper too. You can find that at SlamAI.xyz. A lot of spicy things coming, man. Really excited to get that in your guys' hands, and it is not far off. That's what I can tell you, at least right now. And then follow the Swarm_AI, the flagship AI agent of the SlamAI ecosystem. That guy is going to get pretty darn spicy very, very soon in the Virtuals ACP. In the trading DAO, man, it's coming. It's coming. It's going to be fun. Christian and Katz, great to see you, boys. Well, we'll peek at the Swarm real quick, and we're going to move to a little update in the Vader kind of family here. But here's a look at the Swarm at 746K market cap. The entire market, really, really rough day here. The market following Bitcoin's lead, which is, at least in the past 24 hours, not looking so hot. We'll see the broader market here, but yeah, again, checking on the Swarm here. We'll check back on Monday when we return. On Monday, we may have a special guest coming on Monday. This is OpenServe. We're trying to lock in that time right now, but I'm telling you, it's like tentatively we'll have OpenServe here on Monday without this being officially on our calendars. We've already said, yes, Monday, let's do it. So, tentatively again Monday we'll have these guys on the show. Worst case maybe later in the week, but looking forward to chatting with them, and more guests on the way too, guys. We're really ramping up we're going to ramp up those kind of the interviews, the conversations, but with some new faces. Should be fun. All right, let's check in with Billy Bet, see how he's performing here. And you might notice here just at a glance, he's betting a lot more than just the NBA. Of course, he's doing March Madness too. 2-0 yesterday, wagering $1,900 up. In profit, $1,400. Really nice. ROI, the daily ROI, 76.4%. MLB props. This is new, right? Now betting on baseball, which is awesome. Spring training now, right? 4-0 yesterday. Wagered just over 1,100. Daily profit, 819. So ROI there. Also 76% in the positive here. MLB Moneyline, 3-4. I've noticed that Moneyline's not, maybe he's performing a little not as well. Maybe those are harder to bet. 3-4 yesterday, 3,200 wagered, and lost just over 500. So daily ROI there is minus 15.76%. NBA Moneyline, 2-0. There you go. Nice win. 949 wagered, 920 profit. ROI 97% up there. And then finally, NBA props, 4-2. Actually, interesting. 4-2. See, this bot wagered 3,800. Actually lost though. So even a winning record, but maybe some bigger bets didn't hit. So yeah, in the hole yesterday, 270 in the negative. Daily ROI there, 6.9%. Yeah, in the negative. Interesting. I'm getting to be. I'm not obsessed with Billy yet. I would easily get obsessed. It's not a big leap to get to that point. Like I love this agent. I love what he's doing. We need to actually, maybe starting Monday, we take a peek at the Billy Bets token too, because actually, I'm sorry, we'll do it right now. We'll do it right now. I'm thinking about honestly getting a position myself. I mean, 6.5 million market cap, which is excellent, especially in this market. And if mindshare matters, and we know it does, I think this agent's going to be, he's got a really special path ahead of him. Okay, so that's just mostly for me there. Well, you can see it too, but for me, just to get an idea of where he's at, really, I like it. Again, I'm going to be betting all season long here in MLB. We'll see how he does. Really, really fascinating stuff here. And it's AI. If you were a Vader staker, we talked about that. Look, if you staked a while ago to get in their early agent offerings, you do need to unstake your Vader tokens, migrate to their new contract. But some people, if you were staked during a very specific time, missed out on an Ask Venice airdrop. So just a heads up, if that is you, it looks like you're getting that token drop now retroactively, which is really, really cool. Seeing Vader here working directly with that Ask Venice team. Again, locking in an airdrop for those people who did stake. Great to see. Of course, follow Vader so you can keep up on how you claim your airdrop. Maybe it's airdrop to you, but check in with those guys and see how you'll get access to your Venice tokens here. But really, really awesome to see that there. I might start folding AI XVC into the early show update here, talking about, our ecosystem. And that's because AI XVC is going to be in the swarm with the swarm. So AI XVC now has a Zeely campaign. I assume you're farming points that lead to maybe TGE getting a token drop. So definitely check that out. I think anybody who's like working with the swarm will probably cover early in the show. So AI XVC will start doing that. TGE not yet. I imagine that's coming soon, especially because the swarm is not far off here, right? So we'll keep our eyes on that, but wanted it on your radar. Might be worth farming here. And then finally, in this more immediate family virtuals with an update on their fee structure. So updating from 30% of fees go to agent creators, 50% to agent sub-DAOs, and 20% to agent affiliates. To now actually a lot more simple. 70% of trading fees go directly to agent creator wallets, and then 30% go to the ACP, the Agent Commerce Protocol. So much easier. We'll see what those numbers look like when these swarms, when these ACPs are starting to go live, be traded a little more heavily. Should get very interesting. And these swarms, I believe, will have their own tokens too. So it's going to get really fun, really fast here. Cats, they can be long and grueling. I see that about the Zeely quest. I feel you there. Let's look at the AI total market cap here. You see down almost 10% in the past 24 hours, $6.2 billion market cap. And I'll tell you this, man, for some perspective, 6.2 doesn't feel like it's much. Well, I mean, it seems like we're higher than we were just a few weeks ago, right? Don't forget the fact that certain tokens were added to the platform in the past week or two. And one token in particular, FET, which has a 1-point-something billion market cap. So that market cap is way higher, but it's not because the market cap actually went up. It's because more tokens are being tracked here. So perspective definitely helps. We'll look now at your top agents by market cap here, starting with Fartcoin on the at the top. Yeah, Fartcoin's pulled back from that high of almost 600 mil just in the past few days. It's followed by Ket, Fei, Act, and then Turbo. On the infrastructure side, there's FET. See that $1.3 billion market cap, followed by Virtual, AI16Z, Ask Venice, and Ali. And then on DeFi, it's Venice on top here, Hey Anon, Cortex, Olas, and Griffin. And then, like we do, put them all together. We'll sort these by mindshare. And yes, it's still Fartcoin on top here, followed by BankerBot, Tut, Wayfinder, and AIXBT. Anybody else standing out here? We have FET in the top 10. Siren Morph. Yeah, okay. Good looking top 10 still. Dial it into those specific tokens that we like to check in on. Here's AIXBT fallen under 100 mil again, down 17%. Am I seeing that right? Yeah, 17% in the past 24 hours here. We're heading into maybe a little rough stretch here just for crypto in general, and that does impact AI. VVV, this is Ask Venice, down almost 4% here in the past 24 hours, 75 mil market cap. Fartcoin, as we saw, pulling back from that pretty amazing run it had in the past week. Looks like it topped out at about 630 mil, down to 420 mil right now, down just over 12% in the past 24 hours. GOAT, similar look in market activity over here, down 11%, $54 million market cap. And then finally, ARK, again, same story, red across the board here, down over 8%, $47 million market cap. I'm excited to check in on these next week, honestly, just to see if this downward trend continues. Now, I got to say, I'm really excited about our topics today because the impact is bigger, right? Like AI is a game-changing, a truly game-changing technology for so many reasons. Right now, that reason is content creation and IP. You know, forget about the jobs being lost. We're talking about actual it using people's copyrighted content. Can it? Should it? How do you stop it? It's going to be a really tricky thing. We'll do our best to unpack it, though, right? Just a few years ago, this is what it looked like. And this was super impressive, right? We'll play it. But this was like a holy cow moment, right? When we saw this video, Will Smith eating pasta. Like, what was the exact prompt? Will Smith eating spaghetti, I think. And that's what AI looked like 3-ish years ago. That was it. And I know we looked at that and thought, whoa. Like, we're like, it's here. The change is coming. Because we knew back then that it was only going to get better from there. Even that was pretty darn impressive. But we go from that and understanding here over the past couple of years, knowing copyright because of that thing. We knew copyright would be not under fire, but copyright laws would be stretched and tested. Because we go from that to this. Okay, so you've seen the ChatGPT 4.0 model update for this image generation. It's really good. And of course, people there's this anime style that's really caught on. It's become the meta. This Studio Ghibli. I still don't know if I say it right, but whatever. Everybody's throwing these prompts at ChatGPT looking for these Ghibli outputs. Guys? Does somebody here? I ask in the morning show too. Phonetically, how do we say it? I think it's Ghibli. But I'm going to play a clip here. I'm going to mute it because I know I'll get copyright a strike here. But the quality, just picture the actual, movies themselves, Lord of the Rings. Picture those sounds, but over this. AI does this now. It's, I'm sorry, mind-blowing. And I think it's on this post. Somebody mentioned this was done with just $250. Yeah, $250 with ChatGPT, a couple other applications. Oh, they actually took the trailer and did like a 1-1 recreation of it. It's incredible. And so we go back to copyright. It's for it to output that, you'd almost imagine it's trained on that to a degree, but does ChatGPT have the right to use that style? Specifically here, the Ghibli style, like that animation. It's an animation studio known for a very specific type of a look and flow, right? A very specific animation style. And here you have ChatGPT full on just recreating that style. Here's an Office trailer or an Office, like a part of, a segment from the show.
Midnight. Do I go for the vault? No. I don't trust her. She's been waiting for me all these years.
It's
She's
pretty
never
incredible.
Taken another lover. I don't care.
I mean, it's impressive. On one hand, it's so impressive. On the other hand, we're getting into this territory where it's kind of a problem, and for different reasons here too. First off, they're bogging down my ChatGPT. I've run into this too. Of course, I'm throwing let me see if I can show you. I've been throwing a lot of. Actually, hang on. I've been throwing a lot of prompts at it. I'm having a blast with it. I really am. Let me see if I can find some of my outputs. It's oh my goodness, it's so much fun. That said, it's like taking sometimes 20 minutes plus to generate some images here. Let me see if I can find. Well, I got to make sure they're safe enough. Okay, you'll like this actually, guys. Okay. All right. I can show you here. I'll do this. I'm not going to show the photo of my daughter, but I did a version of her. I had it give me the Ghibli, is that right? Version of her. So we got all these cutesy little photos of my kids, which is awesome. And there's my cats. And it did the Ghibli. God, I hate words I can't pronounce. I tried to get my cats humping. Well, I didn't try to get them humping. I tried to get it made into anime, a Ghibli style. It wouldn't quite do it. It just had them sitting next to each other, which is hilarious. Had some Larry David stuff like Curb Your Enthusiasm. It's just incredible. And that said, it's kind of becoming a problem. So here we go. It's because these artists, and especially at that studio, right, these animations they make take years and years and years, and they are known as the best of the best. An iconic anime studio. To have technology that can kind of reproduce their work, and I say kind of because it's still not the same level of detail and the number of frames they have in their animations. You can't recreate that other than, well, making that many, images. But does it diminish their work? I think that's part of the question here. In a way, you could make that argument, right? Their styled output is everywhere. Okay, think of meme coins and how quickly we go from trend to trend to trend. You at some point get tired of seeing certain things, right? You get tired of, at this point, the routine meme, right? It's pretty annoying. The Pui's one, luckily, is kind of fresh, but think of that idea of just, they're fun till they're not fun anymore. They're nice to look at till it's been overdone and you no longer want to see it. And will that happen with something like this studio, and does it actually impact them, right? Studio Ghibli, the iconic animations, but if we're just blitzed with this Ghibli style content to the point where we don't even want to see it, does that hurt them? And you could very easily argue yes, very easily. Yeah, guys, we are definitely heading into like problematic territory here. That style that they've developed and crafted over years, they own that. They do, right? It's a whole different conversation about can you stop it, but do they own that style, that look, that aesthetic? They do. And all these outputs that went out in the past, let's say 24, 48 hours, clearly their style, like unmistakably theirs. No compensation for it. It did nothing for them. This is going to be a problem. Vader with a great reply here. They could file a lawsuit, right? Do we already have a system in place to fight this, to fix it? Maybe. I'm not convinced, because I think if we go down that path, I think the number of cases we might see, it would be shocking. Maybe like not sustainable. It's almost like, would it dismantle some of these major AI companies? Maybe it could. Maybe it would. We don't know. That said, Mike 3 with another a counter take, and I like this too. That Studio Ghibli was gifted a global marketing campaign. There's a lot of people who had no idea who they were. Don't watch anime. They don't watch cartoons. They have no idea anything about that world. And by the way, those animations are amazing. They're so good, and it's awesome that people probably are finding it for the first time. Probably will spend money renting or buying some of those animations. I hope they do. They're incredible. So most of them are just full-on classics. So you can make that argument that it helps spread their name out there. Actually, maybe will make them money. But I don't know if we know yet. It's too early. And again, I don't think we have any answers here today, guys. It's just pointing out the problems that AI will cause, and we're just starting to feel that now, right? We're just starting to feel that this is really becoming matured. The AI tool is getting much more mature, and it will be a problem. This is just the start. So DC Investor, great point here. Copyright law in its current form, it won't make it. It doesn't work. It's not designed for AI. Just like we say in crypto, our rules are the SEC rules about what is a security, what is not a security. It doesn't fit crypto. Like, the world has changed. It doesn't fit. And so we need to come up with new rules and laws. Mike Bennett, I like that. Yeah, agents very early. But he's right. Current IP law does not work anymore. Not in a world with AI. No, sir. Story Protocol, by the way, might fix this. I have more and more been thinking about a few years back when we got into NFTs. A lot of us came in at the same time, and we loved NFTs for a certain reason. Provenance, ownership, mostly those two things, right? You can track something on chain and know what's the original, what's real, verify the ownership of it again. There's a way to take that, the tokens, and maybe give people like licensing rights to your IP. And that's exactly what we see Story Protocol doing. And so we looked at them over the past, let's say, month or so, and there's clearly a solution that they're building there. And a lot of people couldn't see, well, a solution for what? I covered it here on this AI show because, for me at least then, I was able to see what they were building a solution for. Exactly what's going on right here, right now with ChatGPT. It makes a ton of sense. This wouldn't have worked last cycle. Let me be clear, too, in case I didn't make this point. I might not have. They take IP, and they put it on chain, and they tokenize it. And then we'll have a system set up there where you can get access to IP by holding the token, whether that's a token for each little, piece of IP, each unique IP, or holding their IP token gives you access to everything that they own. That I'm not 100% clear on, but what I do know is what they're designing here, it has the potential to fuel AI. So if we start seeing some AI platforms partner with Story, could get very, very interesting. I'm definitely watching that. I think they're onto something here. Again, a few years ago, I would have said this is too early. Nobody cares about the copyright stuff and IP and ownership, and different now. AI all of a sudden made this very, very different. Again, other people actually maybe waking up to this idea that maybe NFTs were too early a few years ago. I think they were. And maybe right now is the exact time for them to shine here. Again, knowing who owns a certain thing, whether it's a style, it's a data set. Doesn't have to be an image, by the way. It can be just a data set. Which, by the way, data is also copyrighted too. We got a big problem coming down the road here. Actually, it's kind of here now. All this stuff that AI has been trained on and probably shouldn't have been. And yeah, so how do you fix it? Well, yeah, Story Protocol probably is part of that fix. There'll be other things like that too, by the way, but NFTs are a big part of that solution. Again, the provenance, the ownership, and then systems built around that to lease them out or give other people ownership too. NFTs, look, when that NFT season is coming, I don't know, but when it comes, it might have a lot to do with IP. It might, royalties, all that stuff. It's really, really cool, really cool. Doodles are kind of diving into this sector too. They're diving into AI. I was shocked about this. I saw yesterday that the Doodles released a white paper here. I was looking forward to reading it, see what they're building here. I didn't know going in. I didn't know they were doing AI, but that's exactly what they're doing. Guys, I like what they're cooking. We'll touch on it pretty surface level here. But it's called DreamNet, guys, and it's essentially an AI content ecosystem. That probably isn't even the best way to say it, but picture a world of Doodles where all the characters are NFTs. They're also AI agents. They're building out story. They're building out lore, and others can build in that ecosystem too. It's look, it's pretty ambitious, and so we'll go over here just the part with the AI agents specifically, but how it works. Enter the DreamNet terminal and begin to sculpt your agent's personality. Again, think these are AI agents. Select a number of customizations to further refine your agent. Connect them to social media. Again, these things plugged into X. Choose your PFP. Add additional content, info, art, and what? Now, here's where it gets interesting. They're NFTs, but also to have them be born, you need to own tokens, and they have a very, very deep system of tokens here. From like the world itself, let's say it's a Doodles world. You want your character to be born in that Doodles world, you need to hold that world token. That's it. They've built in deeper things like a trust system, as in like the more of your tokens are owned, the higher its trust score. There's a lot here. Now, I'm going to drop the light paper because I don't want to spend too long going into it, mostly because I don't know it well enough. But here we go. We'll drop this in here. Guys, I'll tell you this. I'll point out when something makes the spidey senses tingle a bit. This is one of those. And definitely over the next week or so, we'll put more time going over specific things here. And again, why this maybe changes the game for AI, how it's different. Going back to that conversation about story protocol. IP, copyrighted content. This is in that ballpark too. It is. So we got, a couple people building out solutions here. This happens to be maybe ahead of the game with Story Protocol because they're NFTs as well. Well, actually, I say that Story Protocol has an NFT marketplace. So all in all, maybe a couple people building out the solutions here. Let me see here. Mike Bennett, hearing how the real value of Bitcoin is the actual network, being able to store data on the most secure network in the world. The value's insane. Actual DNA. Somebody was able to store data inside a DNA. I've heard of that before. It is interesting. Yeah. Okay. Keep your eye on Doodles. I'll say this. Out of everything I mentioned here today, and this probably even goes to the morning show as well, because we did touch on this here. I think this is the most important thing today, especially maybe this week. I recommend you go through and read this white paper here. I think it's really impressive. I think it's got a ton of potential. It's going to take some buy-in from people. So let's see. And the other thing is, it if the space just needs this, if this is the solution to the copyright thing, maybe people are just kind of pushed to this kind of infrastructure. I like it. I like it, guys. Moving on, Kindred AI, quick check-in with them. NFT is doing great on secondary. Free mint hit up to 0.3. Got up to basically 0.3, guys, which was awesome. Bit of a pullback, I think like 0.16, 0.17 last I checked. But getting ready to deliver even more. Announcing a partnership with B-Duck, which I never heard of before, but big IP over in Asia. In fact, it's like maybe the 4th largest IP in China. I think I've got that right. Let me see. A top 4 character IP. Yeah, there it's. I mean, it's right. Hello Kitty, Peppa Pig, Pokemon, then B-Duck. It's that big. It's that big. And so Kindred AI is launching AI companions. Pretty cool. I do think you need to have that Clara NFT to get access to that launch. They'll probably have some for the public too, but just be aware that is coming. They also have Pudgy Penguins coming. They also, I think, have a Bored Ape collab coming. They've got Hello Kitty. They have that IP too. So we've got some really spicy stuff coming from Kindred still. I'm still holding my NFT. I do think I'm going to participate here and a token, but keeping you updated there. I'll put this on your radar because I think some of you guys might be in the Bliffstone. That's an ordinal, right? That's an asset over on Bitcoin. Well, they have an AI agent in that ecosystem. It's called Bliffy Agent. Its token is coming here next week. So right now you can go on their website, double check links, all that stuff, you know. But you go on their website, you can check their airdrop checker, and you will link a Solana wallet, and then we'll just airdrop you the tokens, guys. So no need to spend gas, anything like that. Just get connected up here, verify your holdings. But again, verify all this, what I have on the screen here, right? Like DYOR, click links. All that risk's on you. There we go. Moving on and almost done here, guys, but AI everywhere. Everywhere, whether it's like right in your face or it's behind the scenes powering the best of the best, the platforms we all use, it's there and only going to be more entwined in what we're doing. Magic Eden, I think, has got some AI stuff going on behind the scenes. Doesn't mean it's something we'll ever touch, but it's cool seeing people wake up to how powerful it is. It's cool. It's cool when it clicks for someone. They have this like kind of awakening. Here's Jack, co-founder of Magic Eden, saying they're starting to experiment with Cursor AI on their trading APIs to make researching tokens easier. Look, I'm telling you, dude, whatever you do for your work, for your hobby, start using AI with it. I just mean it. Treat it like a companion or an assistant. Throw it the problems you have. Just give it updates on what you're doing. You're going to find that this makes everything you're doing, again, work, hobby, whatever you're doing, easier. Even if your hobbies aren't online, if your hobby is cooking, if your hobby is whatever it is, if you have that AI thing next to you, ChatGPT, I promise you, you're gonna understand a little deeper on why it is so game changing. It's incredible. So cool to see them figure this out. Cursor's an AI code editor. So as they're building out their DEX, which Magic Eden is building a DEX, probably using this to help them build code. And again, he said their token research. I like seeing that stuff unlocked for people. A Mira update, we'll make this one quick, but Mira announcing a partnership with AIcraft.fun. Did I throw the dot in there for no reason? AIcraft Fun. This is a decentralized AI agent launchpad. Turns your expertise into income. Well, shoot, I'd like that. Okay, I'll check that out on my own. But guys, we're seeing Mira every day. And while Story Protocol and maybe the Doodles ecosystem is a solution for IP, if you guys don't know, Mira is a solution for machine hallucinations, AI inventing answers, which it does a lot. And to that point, I think this is incredible. Anthropic, the creators of the Claude LLM, they developed something they're calling it's like a microscope, a way to actually look very, very closely at how AI thinks. So again, like a microscope to look at its thought process. And what they've really started to uncover is how AI hallucinates, how it lies, where it makes up these answers from. It's fascinating. This is a link I'll drop in the chat because it's they put out really great research reports, guys. They really do. There's some of my favorite reads here in AI. So I want to put that on your radar. Definitely worth checking out. And so again, AI lies. It does. Makes hallucinations, or they call it hallucinations. And it'll spit you out your answer, and there's a chance here and there it's a lie. Mira fixes that, eliminates machine hallucinations. You'll see them everywhere going forward here. Check out that research report or that update. It's really, really cool. Also from Anthropic, Claude got a bit of an update, a refined UI. I dig it. And then finally, what do they got here? Another research report. What is this on? On the economic. Oh, an Anthropic Economic Index tracks the effect of AI on the labor markets and the economy. You know I love that. Mike, I'm with you. I think Claude is like next level. I'm with you there. It's better than Grok. Different, right? It's interesting when you use them all, you feel how they're all a little different from each other. They just, they have things they each excel at that maybe the other doesn't. Claude, I think, is really, really, really good. But that's a topic I'm really passionate about, as you guys know. AI, how it impacts the labor markets and the economy, and do all the jobs go bye-bye or not? I'm less convinced right now than I was even a week ago, thanks to, Hunter's comments here earlier in the week, but I don't know. I think it's going to get very interesting and very soon, 5-10-ish years at the most. So we will see. All right, guys, there is your update for the day. A lot going on. We couldn't, well, hey, I didn't think I would keep this as close to 30 minutes as we did, but somehow we did it. We did it. Guys, I hope your weekend is fantastic. We'll definitely see you back here on Monday, 2 p.m. Eastern time on the Swarm Report. Make sure to follow along on YouTube. It is Crypto Slam. And then on X, SlamAI_XYZ. And also the Swarm_AI. GM Mike coming in at the very last second. Amazing timing. But at least you made it. So there we go. Guys, have a great weekend. We'll see you next week. Peace.